Hello grade 4, this is Miss Susan. Today's episode is the first lesson in geometry, lesson 10-1, lines, rays, and angles. And the most first important question is how you can identify and draw points, lines, line segments, rays, and angles. So let's start together.
How can you identify and draw points, lines, line segments, rays, and angles?
Hello! The owner of the diner wants a new sign built. Today, the carpenter brought a sample sign to show the owner. Let's take a closer look at the sign. It's in the carpenter's truck.
So it should look like this sign.
The owner of the diner isn't too happy because the angle on each corner of the sign doesn't look quite like the angles on the sign that the owner has now. Somehow the owner has to tell the carpenter what type of angles the corner should have so that the new sign looks like the old sign. But how can he describe what he wants? Maybe there are some special terms he can use. Come on, let's go find out what those terms might be so we can help the owner.
So we have to know some geometry terms so we can express and identify shapes perfectly. Let's start together.
Everyday things can model geometric figures. Let's complete a table to help us learn about these figures. A point is an exact location in space.
So the first term here is point. And point is an exact location in space. It's just like dot. So let's see how it looks.
Here's how you draw a point. You read this as point A. You also write this as point A. For example, the tip of the lead in a pencil models a point. A line is a straight path of points that continues without end in both directions.
So, before moving to the line, let's review the point. The point is like a dot, and it's an exact location in space. Like in location in Google Map or something, you will find he identify or put the location as an exact point in the map. We read it as point A. And we write it as point A also. And it's like the tip of the lead of any pencil. The line. The line is a straight path of points, continue without end in both directions. And you can draw it by drawing a straight path of lines with two arrows in both ends.
You draw a line like this. This figure can be represented as either line BC or line CB. The symbol for a line looks like a line placed over the letters for 2 points that name the line. A solid painted stripe in the middle of a road models a line. A line segment is part of a line between 2 endpoints.
So again, let's review the line before moving to the line segment. The line is a continuous path of points with endless or continuous continuous end in both directions, so it has no end, and you put arrow in both directions, and you can read it like BC, line BC, or line CB, so it's both right, and it's like the stripes in the middle of the road. Like the high road, it has no end. The line segment is a part of the straight line. And if you look to the middle of the straight line, okay, without looking to these arrows, this represents the line segment. And the line segment is a part of a line between end points. So it has 2 ends.
You draw a line segment like this. This figure can be described as line segment DE or line segment ED. The symbol for a line segment looks like a line segment placed over two letters that name the endpoints. Look at the three sides of the yield sign. They form a triangle. Each side of the triangle models a line segment. A ray is a part of a line that has one endpoint and continues without end in one direction.
Okay, so the line segment, let's review it again. It has two ending points. It's not arrows in both directions. No, it is ending points. And you read it as line segment DE or vice versa, ED, the opposite. Okay, and you draw the shape above the letters. So if you read a line segment, you put the shape of the line segment. If you read the straight line, you put the shape of the straight line above the letters. And it looks like sides, each side of the yield sign. The ray is also a part of the straight line. It has endless direction and end point in one point or in one end.
Here's how you draw a
like
ray.
that.
It is ray FG. The symbol for a ray looks like a ray placed over the letters that name the ray. The arrow on a one-way sign models a ray. Now that we know the terms, let's try to draw a ray. We start with one endpoint. Let's draw a line segment to another endpoint.
Okay, so be aware that in reading a ray, you can say it's FG or GF, like vice versa, like we did in the line or straight line and the line segment. Now, you can read it just FG. Start from the ending point until the endless direction. Okay, so you can read it only FG and you put the shape of the ray just above it. Okay, now let's draw a line segment. We have a point. If we put another end point, we can draw a line segment.
Here's a line segment. To finish the ray, we add an arrow after one of the endpoints.
So
here's the completed ray.
After we draw the line segment, if we add an arrow, that will be a ray. Let's move forward.
An angle is formed by two rays or line segments that have the same endpoint. The shared endpoint is called the vertex.
Okay, what is the angle? The angle is formed by two rays or line segments. If we draw two line segments, okay, they will meet in same endpoint, and this endpoint we call it a vertex. Okay, and it formed the two lines segments or the two rays will form between them something is called an angle.
You draw an angle like this. This figure can be described as angle PQR, angle RQP, or angle Q. When you name an angle using 3 points, the letter for the vertex is always in the middle. The name for the angle can be written in any of these 3 ways. A slice of pizza is an example of an angle. Angles can be classified by the size of the opening between the rays.
Okay, so we said that the angle is formed by connecting or meeting two rays or two line segments in one end point. Okay, and this end point is called a vertex. So the vertex is the most important thing in the angle here. That's why it should be always in the middle. Okay, so we read the angle as BQR or RQB or just Q. Okay, and don't forget to put the shape of the angle above it or beside it. So we read it and we write it as angle BQR or angle RQB or just angle Q, and it's shaped like the slice of pizza. Okay, we have many types of angles. To classify it, the first important angle called the right angle, and it's formed the angles of squares. When I tell you set straight right, this means you have to make a right angle with your back.
Our first angle is a right angle, which forms a square corner.
Straight angle is just like a straight line.
A straight angle forms a line.
Acute angle, it's a small and acute angle.
An acute angle is smaller than a right angle.
Obtuse angle, it's a wide
Lastly,
open
an
mouth
obtuse angle is larger than a right angle and smaller than a straight angle.
So
Let's try to classify an angle. How would you
obtuse.
classify this angle?
Big one. I classify it a small angle, so it is acute angle.
To classify an angle, you can compare it to a right angle. This angle is smaller than a right angle, so it is an acute angle.
So again, right angle, like you setting straight right. Okay, so it is the angles of the square. Straight angle is like straight line. It's straight line, has no end in both directions. Acute angle, it's a small and acute angle. Obtuse angle is a wide open mouthed angle. Opening his mouth wide open. Okay, so let's move forward.
Let's try to classify some angles. Which two angles in the figure appear to be right angles?
Okay, which two angles are right angles? I guess it's the angle U and angle T. It's like the square shape here. So we can read it as VTU and WUT, or just we can read it angle T and angle U. So I will bookmark here and bookmark here, and let's check.
Correct. Angles UTV and TUW are both right angles. Which angle is an obtuse angle?
Obtuse, the wide open angle. Is this a wide open angle? No, it is a narrow one. It's a small and acute one. So I guess this one is a wide open one. It is V, angle V, or you can read it TVW or vice versa, WVT. So it is this angle. I will mark it.
Right. Angle TVW is an obtuse angle. Now let's practice with the personal math trainer.
Okay, let us stop here.
Now try your homework on your own with the personal math trainer.
Okay, so that's the end of our lesson. I hope that you enjoyed
Thanks for helping
it.
me describe the angle the owner wants for each corner of the sign. See you soon!